Hello,
Hello, is this Fabrizio?
this is Labrisha.
Yes, I'm returning your call. This is the Title IX coordinator for the Madison Metropolitan School District. You had left me a message uh, earlier today.
Yeah, is this where you file complaints?
I need to know more about the situation and what's going on.
Okay, so the situation was I was having problems with a special education teacher, and I was going up to the school a lot, asking them questions about what my kid was eating, why their clothes was being like why he was having so many accidents at school when he was potty trained, items missing, just a lot of weird stuff happening. And the last thing I remember is talking to the special education lady about my daughter's coat being put in the lost and found and stolen because her coat came up missing. And the same day, her vest came up missing. Like she didn't send that back either. So I was
What was
very
that?
her vest.
What else came up
So like
missing?
so first it was the coat. It was an MK coat. And I sent the vest because I didn't know where the coat was the same day, and that too came up missing.
Okay.
And after like talking to her, she was just pretty much just like making up things and oh, I sent it back on Tuesday and just weird stuff like that. I have cameras in my house. And Tuesday Isis never she never left the house with the coat because the coat never came back home. So it was just like, okay, whatever. But she's on an IEP, and in her IEP, it should say that she needs reminders to take her coat, put her coat on, stuff like that. But even after the coat thing happened, it was just like I was getting irritated because no one cared. So I talked to her about it. I talked to the principal about it, and he was just like, whatever. I can't find my laptop. He just kept talking about a laptop, and I was like, okay. I don't really like. He just couldn't find his laptop. He was just acting weird, and then like how it was left was like she was like, okay, well the bus driver has the coat, and then she was like, the bus driver gave your coat to another parent. So I talked to the bus driver. I talked to the only other parent that picks up from the special education bus. They both did not know what I was talking about. Um, I decided to, okay, so my kids, like, I don't know if they're being like neglected or what's going on, but it's just like a lot of weird stuff was happening. I'm like, and I can't deal with the stress because I already got a lot of stuff going on. So I was like, I'm just going to remove them from school and homeschool them until I could figure something else out. Because they're supposed to be, in my head, moving with their dad, but that didn't happen. So I tried to put them back in school on Monday.
Okay, when did you take them? First of all, I'm sorry to interrupt. What is your student's name?
My kids' names are Isis Green and Neil Green.
Okay, and when did you take them out of school to do homeschool?
It was like a month ago.
Okay, and so you wanted to have them return Monday.
Right. And I got an email from the social worker, which is a little irritating because why does the social worker keep interacting on behalf of enrollment or anybody else? I don't know why. And I asked them, like, why is the social worker, like, is she the enrollment person or like, why is she communicating back and forth with me? So the social worker, the lady in the front desk was just like, she's the best contact. And I'm like, I don't know what that means. She's like, oh, she's right here. You can talk to her. And then she's like, do you have anything to say to me? And I was like, well, I didn't. And I didn't want to say anything to you. But since you're on the phone, why are you the one contacting me? And she was like, oh, well, it's because, um, she didn't really tell me. She was just like, basically like, I'm sorry if you think that I'm overstepping or something like that. And she was like, I'm just trying to help you get the kids back in school. And I'm like, okay. She was like, I just need to set up a meeting with the special education supervisor. So cause the problem before was the special education person I was working with. I'm like, I'm sure if I get another one, it'll be like, fine. We'll be able to figure stuff out. Cause she was causing the problems. And she was like, okay, well, we'll just set up a meeting with the new special education person. And then on Tuesday, it was, okay, well, we're going to come up with terms and conditions before we let you and your kids back. We're going to have a meeting on Thursday, and it's going to be me, you, the special education teacher, and the principal. And I'm just like, what terms and conditions are you talking about? And I didn't know that we had to be on terms and conditions for them to go back into school.
Okay. And what school is this again?
Lindbergh.
Okay. And tell me again, you said when the social worker contacted you on Monday, what was her purpose of contacting you? What did she say?
She never gave me the purpose. She just said that she was just saying that, and the lady in the front, Gigi, her name is, the lady who answers the phone in the office, when I asked her, she said she's the person of contact. They won't explain to me what her purpose is. Because, I mean, once we have this meeting on Thursday, I'm going to tell her to stop contacting me because she's irritating me. I don't know why they have a middle person, but it just causes more problems because I don't know where this stuff is coming from.
Have you discussed the situation with enrollment at all?
I don't know who enrollment is. So I already talked to the lady at the front desk. So if she's enrollment, who is enrollment?
Enrollment doesn't work at the school. So when you had them do homeschool, did you ever contact anyone in enrollment, like by email? Okay, you just had them stay home. They were home for about a month. Did anyone contact you over that month to inquire about their attendance or anything?
No, because I set it up. I set it up on the there's a homeschool website.
Okay, so you went through the proper channels, and you wanted them to return on Monday. And
yeah,
so
but they're like
go ahead.
They're just like doing like weird stuff, just like postponing it. And I'm like, okay. They're like, you can bring your kids on Thursday for our meeting to go over terms and conditions. And then we'll work on a date then. I'm just like, I don't have to meet with you. So what are we waiting to get the date for?
Did you have that meeting yet or
no? No, the meeting is tomorrow at 10 a.m. But the problem is that I want to know when they're starting today, not after a meeting. I don't understand, like, what am I waiting for?
So the meeting was supposed to be with the principal,
Mm-hmm.
the school social worker, and the special education teacher?
Correct.
Terms and conditions before they return?
Correct.
Okay. So you're wanting to file a complaint, and who would you be naming in your complaint?
All of them, because they're all involved.
Okay. Because, yeah, you can't just, the way our policy is set up, you can't just name like a whole school or the district. You have to name actual people. So you'd be looking at naming the principal of Lindbergh.
Yeah, the social worker.
Social worker at Lindbergh.
Yeah.
And do you know the special education teacher's name?
Her name is Elle. I don't know who the supervisor is. I've never, every time I came up to the school to talk to the supervisor, they found like some kind of way to not get me to talk to the person, or they said it was a man. So I'm confused.
Well, the supervisor of who?
The special education.
Okay, principal at school is the supervisor.
I said over special education.
Oh, okay. That's someone else. Her name is Nancy, I believe.
Okay, so when I asked to speak to this person, they gave me a man who did not know anything I was talking about. He looked like he could have been a gym teacher or something.
Okay, did you happen to remember his name?
I don't remember his name, but I only talked to him for like 5 seconds before the lady at the front desk was like, okay, the principal's coming.
Oh. So what would be the basis of your complaint?
The basis of my, it must, I mean, like, I don't know if it's discrimination. I don't know what it is, but when I just left the police station and they just told me I don't have to have a meeting with anybody to put my kids in school.
Okay, but I do need to know if you want to file a formal complaint, are you alleging, what is the basis? Is it your student's special education status, or is it race, or?
Yeah, it has to be discrimination.
Okay, and based on, I need to know which protected categories, race or your special education status?
I think it's race and my disability. because I think because they know I have a disability and they're like using that as a reason to do things they're not supposed to.
Okay. So was Asia Henry the social worker that contacted you?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm trying to find the other person's name. Now, you said someone named L?
Yeah, that is the special education teacher that kept, I don't know, their stuff just kept coming up missing, and she was just lying in communication on paper and just a lot of weird stuff.
Does Leary sound like the correct last name for L?
They've never given
L. Leary?
They never given me her last name, but I'm sure she's the only L in the building. It's LLE, I think.
Okay, I got it. And so L and the social worker and the principal have been a part of your experience from the beginning.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I tried to talk to him before I removed him out of school, and he was basically like saying things like, okay, who are you going to tell about it? And the last thing he said to me was like, he like, I was talking about her coat or whatever, and he said, good luck finding that coat. And I'm just like, is he like crazy or something? Like, why would you say that to me?
Okay. And I'm sorry, can you spell your first name for me?
Labresha.
Okay, I'm sorry. I thought it was pronounced with an F. So it's Labresha and it's green, correct?
Correct.
I will do some follow-up. I don't see any reason why you wouldn't be able to file your complaint. As long as everything is good to go with you being able to move forward with a complaint, you will see a notice. I'll send out the complaint notice to your email. What's the current email where you can be reached?
B as in boy, RESHA23@gmail.com.
Okay. And then we'll also send the notices to your home mailing address. But if there's any issues, where you wouldn't be able to file a complaint and we have to resolve this some other way, I will give you a call back and let you know. But based on what I'm hearing is the idea that you were told that you had to set up a meeting to discuss conditions and requirements for your students to return to school, you feel that is a discriminatory practice that's not done to everyone, correct?
Correct. No one's heard of it before.
Okay. And you feel that that's based on your race and your own disability? Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, we'll get going on this, and I will, I have the names of everyone involved, and I'll give you a call if there's any problem with anything, but ultimately, you should receive those notices. Once you receive those notices, the next step will be for the investigator to contact you, and he'll contact you by your email to set up a time to do an interview, okay?
Okay.